They're here for Luke. Yeah. Frank, do I have to wait for that to come on? All right. I apologize. We started a couple minutes late. Closed session ran long. It's 7:03. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Calderon.
Here.
Marino.
Here.
Matro. Here. R. Rodeo.
Here.
S. Rodeo.
Here.
Scipione.
Here.
Mayor Fagioni.
Here.
Present also Mike Malinsky, Town Solicitor, Rich Raymond of ARH. Notice of this meeting has been posted and given to official newspapers. Please familiarize yourself with the fire exits to the right and rear of council chambers. Please do not proceed beyond the front benches without invitation from the mayor to do so. Also, each person who wishes to address council will be allowed in 5 minutes.
All rise for the pledge. All right, just to get started, one quick announcement before we open up the meeting. The AI portion of the meeting, we're not going to entertain it. Currently, the way that the AI data centers sit in town, it's a non-permitted use, meaning you would need to get a variance through planning and zoning in order to even be entertained. Because that's the case, my thought was, let's bring in professionals to discuss it. There's no need to discuss it. There's no development proposed. No one's put in an application, and because it's a non-permitted use, I think we let sleeping dogs lie on that. That'll be my opinion, and if the topic ever comes up, we'll deal with it. But if anyone's here for AI, I just want to let them know that we're not going to discuss it tonight. But we're going to move on. This is the first. Let's get approval of bill minutes first. I'm sorry.
Motion, Mayor.
Second?
For all three?
All.
Okay. So we have a motion for all three from Marino and R. Rodeo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, this is the first of two opportunities for the public to be heard on action items. Anyone wishing to speak regarding an action item on the agenda, please come up to the mic. There'll be a second opportunity at the end of the meeting. Seeing no one, we're going to start with, we have two presentations this evening. Chief Friel, please come on up. We're going to have swearing in of a new police officer.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Deputy Mayor, council persons, and
Good evening.
community of Hammonton. Gives me great pleasure to bring forward an individual who is a 2024 graduate of our Hammonton High School. One of the things that we've been looking to do in recruiting is to get more homegrown individuals, young individuals that are interested in the field of law enforcement. It's one of the fields that has kind of gone by the wayside. It's not very appetizing and appealing to most people nowadays. People usually don't like people saying mean things to them, disregarding whatever it is that they're trying to guide and direct the person through while they're going through an emotionally energized, chemically energized, or both incident. So it is not something that people really kind of jump up and down saying, pick me, pick me. But there is an individual that I'm going to bring before you tonight that is an individual that said, pick me. He has attended the Cape May County Police Academy, which is no summer camp, I can tell you. It is a Monday through Friday. You're sleeping there, eating there, breathing there, learning there, and certainly sweating a lot there because you are PTing all the time. And I'm sure he could probably tell you some horror stories of how hard that they're trying to get individuals ready to be able to dealing with people not so friendly. We're lucky to be in a community as Hammonton where we have so many residents that support and care for law enforcement, are great law-abiding citizens. But of course, we have incidents that we have to deal with, whether resident or visitor. So we have to be prepared for everything. So I would like to call forward Officer Lucas J. Koya. So I'd like to bring him up to be sworn in. And I would like you to bring up your family, whoever you'd like to be with that. Cape May West Lawn, right?
You do it all over again, right?
Okay, so you're going to raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible. All right. I, Lucas J. Koya,
I, Lucas J. Foya,
affirm that I will faithfully,
affirm that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties required of me
all duties required of me
as police officer
as police officer
for the town of Hammonton,
for the town of Hammonton,
effective January 26, 2026,
effective January 26th of 2026,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I further affirm
I further affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of New Jersey.
and the state of New Jersey.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And he's not out of the woods yet, because he's on field training right now. He'll be going approximately 3 months through our Hammonton Police Department field training program, which will then officially make him through as a full officer for our police department.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, very proud.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. That makes our second hire of the year. We have the third one on the agenda for tonight. So we're moving along hiring officers. Our second presentation will be from Mr. Calderon and the Historical Preservation Commission.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, we have a presentation from the Historic Preservation Commission, and I believe also the Environmental Commission, correct? The Historic Preservation and Environmental Commission.
JD, turn that mic on.
Is that on?
Now it is.
There you go.
There you go.
The Historic Preservation and Environmental Commissions sponsor a poster contest for fourth grade students at Warren East Soy Elementary School to integrate the fourth grade curriculum, which focuses on New Jersey history, with one of our local landmarks, a sapling from the Salem oak tree, which, as Christine will discuss, is the oldest tree, right, at the time that it was still standing in the history of the United States. We now have a piece of that here in Hammonton, and we've been able to integrate that through this poster contest. So I won't steal any more of Christine's thunder, and I will allow her to give a preview of this and to honor the poster contest winner who's here tonight.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Christine McCullough, and I'm with the Hammonton Historic Preservation Commission. We have a few of our members who are here tonight, so if the commissioners would please stand and recognize you for all your hard work. And we also have, and Joe Granato is here from the Environmental Commission. As we said, this is a joint, project that we've run for our second year. Last year was the first year that we had the poster contest, and some of you may remember that's when we did the dedication of the actual seedling that we had received. The Salem oak is important because it is critical to some of our history from Salem County. In Salem County, the first treaty was signed between the Lenni Lenape Indians and the Quakers, particularly John Fenwick, and they signed the treaty underneath the Salem oak. Salem oak was there for a very long time. We are very lucky that the Forestry Service in New Jersey was instrumental in taking some of the seedlings as the tree was getting older. They continued to try to preserve it, but were concerned that it was not going to live forever as we all hoped. And so they grew some of those seedlings and then passed the seedlings out. We're very happy that our crew here in Hammonton went down when we were awarded one of the trees and took a big truck to pick up the tree, because they figured they were going to get a tree. They were handed an envelope with a seedling this big, and so that was kind of shocking, but luckily they were able to bring it back and nurture it so that we were then able, during the Arbor Day last year, of actually planting it. I'm going to ask Joe to tell a little bit about the planting, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about our contest.
Hi, Joe Bernardo, Chairman of the Environmental Commission. I am also actually the Secretary to the Board of Trustees of Oak Grove Cemetery, where the Salem oak sapling was planted. We did plant that in Arbor Day, I think it was 2024, I think. It was the sapling at that point had gone from a little tiny stick to, Scott Rivera would remember better, but I believe it was about 5.5 or 6 feet tall at the time. So we planted that, had a nice little ceremony. Now we have a fence surrounding it. And we worked in conjunction with the Historic Preservation Commission. We're awarded a grant so that we have a nice protective fence. We have interpretive signage. And then in November of that year, we had a dedication ceremony where we had probably more than 50 people come out, which may not sound like a lot, but when you're considering it was a dedication ceremony for a tree in a cemetery, that was a lot of people. We had a lot of dignitaries. We had members of the Salem Quakers, the Salem Friends. We had members of the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape tribe who, at the time, told us that the treaty that was signed with John Fenwick under the oak 351 in 1675, 351 years ago, has never been broken in that entire time. So I haven't done the math, I haven't done the research, but I'm reasonably certain that is probably one of the longest standing treaties on Earth. So we were very proud to have that, and now, as of earlier tonight, the tree is right around 8.5 feet tall, and we have affectionately named it Sal. So that's our tree. Christine?
So last year and again this year, we had a poster contest, and it's the 4th grade students who were involved because they learn about the Native American people in New Jersey. So there's a very nice tie-in. Dan Callis and Joe Bernardo actually went into the school and did a presentation for the students to kick off our contest. And we told the students lots of facts, and they'll probably be able to tell you about how many children it takes to actually get inside a rope the size of the tree. That's kind of the highlight of the presentation.
52,
by the
right?
way,
Because who needs the metric system?
So and at that point in time, we announced the contest. The teachers are very supportive, and the students have a little over 2 weeks. They can do the work on their posters in school, or they can do them at home. Outside the room, when you leave tonight, you'll see on the right-hand side as you're exiting, you'll see the posters. The first, second, and third place winners actually have their ribbons on there, so you'll be able to see those. But you'll be able to see all of the posters that the students submitted. They worked super hard. We had judges who are local artists in town who actually did the judging. It took them over 2 hours. They were very, very impressed with the quality of the work, the creativity, the ability to tie the posters to the information that they learned about the Salem oak and about the link to our tree here in Hammonton. So we have third place winner is Ellie Ruggiero. Second place winner is Brianna Paleski. And our first place winner, we're very pleased, is here with us tonight. So if you'll come up, Maylee. And here you are. So if you want to turn around so everybody can see you. And when you look at her poster, one of the refining criterias that the judges used to be able to make the selection was, did the poster tie in information about John Fenwick? Did it explain why the Salem oak was actually important? Not that it was here in Hammonton, but that the treaty was signed under there. So if you want to look at her poster closely, you'll see some little flips on it that will tell you how she was able to successfully tie all the information together. And now one of the things that the students get excited about is when we give out our first place prize, it's actually $100. And so she can go out shopping now, or you can ask her to take you out. And we have one more presentation for you from the town of Hammonton.
Unfortunately, we don't have any money for you, but we do. We do have a proclamation for you, congratulating you on your success and for making the winning poster in the poster contest. You want to come on up with a picture?
There you go.
Congratulations, well done. All right, well done, very nice. We're going to dispense with the regular order of business. We're going to have a public hearing for bond ordinance 12 of 2026, Route 54 water main replacement phases 1 and 2. We're going to take the other money we had from phase 1, roll it together. The total of this bond is 4.9, 2.6 in from phase 1, so 7.5 total. So I'll accept the motion to open to the public.
Make a motion.
Second.
Who was the first? I'm sorry. Matro first.
Major.
Marino second. All those in favor, open to the public?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we are now open to the public on bond ordinance 12 of 2026, Route 54 water main replacement phases 1 and 2. Anyone from the public like to be heard regarding this ordinance? Seeing no one, I'll accept the motion to adopt and publish.
Motion?
Second. R. Rodeo, Scipione. Discussion on this. We'll get more into the nitty-gritty about the contractor and phase 1 in a little bit, but any other discussion on this? We have $2 million coming back to us in principal forgiveness phase 1, $2 million phase 2, so you're getting $4 million back of the 7.5. Discussion on this at all? No? All right, roll call, please, Frank.
Councilperson Calderon.
Yes.
Marino.
Yes.
Matro.
Yes.
R. Rodeo.
Yes.
S. Rodeo.
Yes.
Scipione.
Yes.
Mayor Fagioni.
Yes, motion carried. Next, we have a public hearing on bond ordinance 13 of 2026, Lakeview Garden Water Line. This is for PFAS. Motion open to the public.
Make a motion.
Matro first,
Second.
Calderon second. All those in favor, open to the public?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are now open to the public. From anyone from the public like to be heard on bond ordinance 13 of 2026, Lakeview Garden PFAS. This is an installation of a water line, services 54 homes, I believe the number is. Some of the private wells in that area are contaminated with PFAS. We're looking to hopefully grab most, if not all, this money back from the state in the form of a grant, or in the form of principal forgiveness, I should say. So anyone from the public like to be heard on this? Seeing no one, I'll accept the motion to adopt and publish.
Motion?
Second.
R. Rodeo, Matro. We are now open for discussion. Anybody have any questions, comments on this one? You guys good over there? All right. Roll call, please. Frank?
Councilperson Calderon?
Yes.
Marino?
Yes.
Matro?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Shipion?
Yes.
Mayor Fagioni?
Yes, motion carried. All right, committee reports, admin and Councilman Marino, please.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
As you are aware, the key code system for employees in Town Hall is almost completed. It should be done within the next 30 days. Basically, what that is everybody will have a code put in their phone, and you'll be able to come open the door through your cell phone. We had accepted resumes for a part-time violations clerk in the court office. We're currently reviewing them at this time. And also, we're putting a new recording system in for the phones in Town Hall, and that also includes the 911 system. Water bills were sent out last Thursday. The tax bills, we're waiting for the county to get back to us with a rate on that. As soon as we get that, we'll send them out to the residents. And finally, the white collar contract was approved, and that's all I have at this time, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Marino. Business and Industry, Councilwoman Rodeo, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Regarding Main Street, we have new and relocating businesses. We have the Toy Market and Casciano's will be officially closing, but Cream Cafe will be taking over Casciano's. And there will also be a cafe opening where the Tale of the Olives currently, or where they were, I should say. The Boho Beauty Bar is moving to where Chroma was, and a new salon will be taking their place. Regarding the Food Truck Festival, the 11th Annual Downtown Food Truck Festival was a tremendous success, bringing approximately 38 food trucks, 5 civic and community organizations, live entertainment, activities, and thousands of visitors to the downtown. The event generated more than $1,000 in net proceeds for Main Street, which was above and beyond the last, how much?
More than 10,000.
More than 10,000, I'm sorry, did I not?
You said 1,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. More than 10,000, which was way above the previous year. Community feedback was overwhelming. Business feedback was also very encouraging, with several businesses reporting increased foot traffic and sales. Community survey responses showed mixed opinions regarding our new layout, which avoided the downtown trucks. Events of this size require an incredible amount of community support. Main Street Hammonton would like to thank council members who attended and assisted throughout the event. Scott Rivera from Parks and Recreation Department for transporting tables and assisting with cleanup before, during, and after the festival. Chief Friel and the Hammonton Police Department for helping keeping our streets and our pedestrians safe, and the town of Hammonton for its continued support and partnership in making this event possible. We would also like to thank the many businesses that sponsored the event, remained open during the event, the volunteers, the civic organizations, and importantly, the thousands of residents and visitors who attended and contributed to the event. The ACEA Business Development, they're the Atlantic County Economic Alliance. They recently sent 8 college interns to visit businesses throughout downtown Hammonton and the broader Hammonton community. The interns met with business owners to share information about many programs, services, and resources available through the ACEA to help businesses grow and succeed. We have the community survey results. There was approximately 517 submissions. The top 5 takeaway is that the community has a deep appreciation for downtown, most frequently describing it as quaint, historic, and community-oriented. The second takeaway was inconsistent business hours emerged as the most significant concern. More than 1/3 of the respondents feel downtown does not adequately serve their everyday household needs, with frequent requests for businesses such as hardware stores and men's clothing retailers. Respondents identified several infrastructure priorities, including additional parking needed, more green space and shade, public restrooms, and safer pedestrian crossings throughout the district. And lastly, there's a strong demand for additional programming and activities, particularly family-friendly events, live music, arts-related experiences, and recurring community activations that encourage regular visitation. And hopefully, with the revival of Eagle Theater, that will help in that area. Lastly, we just want to look forward to the Red, White, and Blueberry Festival this weekend on Sunday. It will start at 10 and end at approximately 4 o'clock, and that's located at the Hammonton High School. After that, we have the 250th events. We will have a block party on the evening of the 3rd. And then on the day of Independence Day, look out for social media postings and also in the local paper. It's a full day event, starting with trolley rides and ending with the fireworks in the evening. There's also a site available on social media. It's called Hammonton 250th, so please look out for that information, and we hope everybody attends. Thank you.
You're welcome. Quality of Life and Councilman Calderon, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to begin by, again, thanking the Historic Preservation Commission, members of the Environmental Commission, and Representative Mr. Bernardo from the Oak Grove Cemetery for their work in putting on the Salem Oak Poster Contest this year. I'd like to congratulate again the winners of that. It's a great way, as I mentioned in my prior remarks, to kind of integrate the curriculum with the history of South Jersey, the history that we have right here in Hammonton. Coming up on June 26th, the Green Committee will have their first community market. It'll be located in the parking lot behind Casciano's, Bellevue Bagel, right between Vine Street and Bellevue Avenue. I believe it will be starting at 5 o'clock. There'll be 20 or so vendors there for that. There will be 3 additional community markets held through the end of the summer, each falling on the 4th Fridays of the months of July and September, and of course the June one coming up this month. Councilman Marino and I participated in a program at the Oak Grove Cemetery earlier in the month of June, the Flags for Forgotten Soldiers program, which is sponsored by the Knights of Columbus Council out of Galloway Township. As part of that, they put up approximately 600 flags that are all along the White Horse Pike corridor of the cemetery, honoring each of the 17 veterans who take their own lives each day. It was an especially moving experience to participate in that. We were able to get some resources from the Knights of Columbus individuals who came and spearheaded that program here in town. We will have on the 3rd floor of Town Hall that will provide as well to our veterans organizations for anyone who is in need of those resources or any sort of support. The display will be up through the middle of July, I'm sorry. And it'll be something for people to go and see and sort of reflect on that. There are individuals who sacrifice their lives for our country, who go overseas and fight. Something that we should especially remember as we approach the 250th anniversary of our country, as we remember that freedom isn't free, and that in far too many contexts the battle doesn't end overseas, but it continues for these men and women when they come back home. I would also like to make a quick comment on Councilwoman Rodeo's remarks. The Eagle Theater had their first show back this weekend. I believe they have a full slate of programming all through the end of the summer, with a lot of great events coming up in downtown Hammonton, across our town. The Red, White, and Blueberry Festival this weekend, the 250th celebration, which Councilwoman Rodeo and the 250th Committee have worked very hard on over the last couple of months, is coming up, the Mount Carmel Feast. So we have a full calendar this summer here in Hammonton. That concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Calderon. We'll go to education and Mr. Scipione.
Thank you, Mayor. School is finally closed. The middle school and high school held graduation. They were held indoors due to the heat. Both went off without a hitch. About a half a dozen teachers were hired and introduced. Also, the ECEC finally will now be named after Mr. Robert Capaferri. The Early Childhood Center will be known as the RCECEC. I really wanted to see this happen several years ago, and it's finally happened. Mr. Capaferri's donated millions of dollars to the schools, save the taxpayers' money. Also, I attended my third Hispanic Business Leaders meeting. We meet every 2 weeks for the Hispanic Heritage Month, which is September 15th to October 15th. On September 18th, again, we'll be having our big event that I mentioned last month. We still are looking for sponsors. We're looking for volunteers. We're also looking for any Hispanic musicians, dancers, and singers. We're going to be having some information on Channel 9. You could also email Yvette at Allies in Caring at IGUILLERMO at alliesincaring.org. Happy 4th of July. We're going to be celebrating, like JD said, 250 years. I'll be out there emceeing some events and judging some others. Can't wait to see everybody, and that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Scipione. We'll go to Public Works and Deputy Mayor Rodeo.
Thank you, Mayor. We have a short report tonight. We don't have any action items. 2 months in a row. How about that, huh? Okay, anyway, we have some road projects that will be coming up in months ahead that are like West End Avenue get repaved and things like that, and different things that we're still discussing in committee. So I'll just leave them sit, but there's 5 of them that we have here. And then also, I know Mr. Zuber has 3 different things he's going to bring up. One of them, I won't take his thunder. It's part of the lake. I'll let him. Nah, that's all right. You do it, and it looks sharp anyway. And he'll also be giving us the report on the on our bulky and our trash and stuff like that. That really concludes my report, everybody, and everybody have a great month.
Thank you, Mr. Rodeo. We'll go into Water and Sewer, and Councilman Matro, please.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, representatives from New Jersey's Get Out the Lead program, along with members of the town water department, will have a informational table at the Blueberry Festival this Sunday. They will be available to provide information, provide information, answer questions, and address concerns regarding lead and galvanized water line services. Following the festival, the representatives will spend the next 3 days, June 29th, 30th, and July 1st, conducting door-to-door visits to older homes to identify potential lead lines. Residents who would like to have their water service line inspected may call 609-567-4000, extension 120. A dedicated voicemail has been established for this program. Please leave your contact information and somebody will get back to you. Residents who have older water meters that need to be replaced or are reminded to contact the Water Sewer Department to schedule an appointment to get your meter replaced. And also, if you have problems with your readings, also contact them for that too. The Water and Sewer Department has hired Garrett Annabelle to fill in an upcoming vacancy within the Water Department. He will start on July 13th. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Matro. We'll do a law and order report. Chief Reel, please, if you don't mind. Sounds like you're gaining a lot of water out there.
Yes, so for the next half an hour, I'll speak so that it keeps us out of the torrential downpour. I'm on it. All right, so just to start things off, I want to thank our community and all that came to our community for our annual food truck festival. The layout this year worked out immensely safer. We had safe passage through Bellevue Avenue to all of the sections that were hosted by food trucks on our side streets. And we had minor amounts of medical heat-related incidents. And Atlantic Air was out there to help out with that, which is a good thing. Which reminds me to our second point of interest. As we are drawing near to July, we are going to be more focused on e-bikes and all things e-bikes going on in around our community. The 19th of July is the date that's slated by the state of New Jersey for the enforcement to begin. It is going to be educational enforcement to begin with, and something that I will say right now that even before the 19th of July, if you're riding an e-bike, wear a helmet. These things pretty much, especially the ones that move quicker, are electric motorcycles. And we have had fatalities all through our county with people on e-bikes. I don't want to see any in our community. I really don't. I support electronic bicycles as a mode of transportation. They're like electric vehicles, but they have to be handled responsibly. We also are going to depend upon our parents in our community. There are a lot of electronic bicycles that were purchased for children under 15 that they will not be allowed to ride. So on private property with safety equipment, have at it. But on public roadways or on sidewalks is going to be a no-go. And we are going to start out by contacting parents, have them come retrieve bicycles, but at some point we are going to be towing and impounding them. I don't want our residents of Hammonton to incur costs, but I also don't want the youth of our community to sustain injury or fatalities in e-bike crashes. So we are going to work along with the community to educate and enforce this. There are going to be growing pains with it. We've already experienced and have spoken with some of the youth in our community and contacted parents about some of the riding of e-bikes that have been going on. So we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. As soon as the information comes down from our state highway traffic safety with how to obtain registrations for it, how to insure them, and what licenses are going to be required, all of that is going to be available, and I will be happy to communicate with anybody in either public forum or call in the station or email me. I will get that information out to you. So that's really important. We also have our Red, White, and Blueberry Festival coming up this Sunday. Maybe a little bit warm, so please hydrate, stay hydrated. We will have Atlantic Air out there as well to help with any type of heat-related or any injuries that occur out there. The marketing for this has gone statewide and out of state. Since there are going to be a lot of people in the area visiting for the World Cup games, we may see a lot more influx of people visiting our community. So we're going to make sure that everything is posted well, that we have a lot of traffic assistance out there going on, and I will hope that everyone comes out to our Red, White, and Blueberry Festival. As well as that, July, we are having our block party on the 3rd and our 4th of July celebration on the 4th, which is going to start from bright and early in the AM, 9 a.m., and continue out until probably about 10 o'clock at night on July 4th, where we're going to have our fireworks out at the Hammonton High School complex. We are going to have officers out there for safety. We're also going to have them out there for traffic direction as we egress from that. Remember, it is not like a Phillies game. We're not going to have tailgating as of having alcoholic beverages and things because it is a school complex. But I do invite people to pack things, pack a snack. There's also going to be stuff out there. Get a great seat. We are going to hopefully have people helping to park cars in that area so that we can do it in an orderly manner to make it easier to get out. That pretty much wraps up everything we have planned for our upcoming week, sir.
One question, Chief.
Yes.
On the e-bike situation, are the scooters that the kids ride, is that considered an e-bike?
The scooters are not going to be considered e-bikes, but the problem is some of those scooters are kind of hazardous because of the breakneck speeds that they can attain. So again, even though it may be a scooter, there is still also Title 39 rules that apply to how vehicles are ridden on the roadway, whether pedicycles, electric cycles, or e-bikes or scooters. And we want to make sure that people are riding safely. When people go against the grain of traffic or cross in an odd manner on the opposite side of traffic, it's a recipe for a collision because drivers are not looking to see that. And they're not walking like a pedestrian, they're zipping out into the traffic. So we want to make sure that everybody's safe.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks,
thank you.
Chief.
Yes,
Our
sir.
16th of July festival?
And, oh yeah, well, I
We
figured.
won't be back in here before that, right?
I don't know, we might be.
I don't know.
We might have a
Okay, but
special
that's up to
meeting.
you here.
We have our Mount Carmel Festival coming up. It's going to be the 13th through the 18th. We will make sure that it's very safe and secure. We've been working with our state partners and Homeland Security to make sure that everything is working well and that we are good and safe. So all of our information has been uploaded into the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security to make sure that if there's anything that pops up on the radar of somebody not wanting us to have a good time at our festivities, that'll come up. There are a lot of municipalities that are canceling festivities, canceling 4th of July events because they feel that they cannot keep them safe. I support our police department and our community, and we are doing everything in our power to have every event that we always have because it's not Hammonton if we don't have these events.
Anybody else?
And one more thing, there is also in our clerk's report an item to be voted on, I believe, this evening. As I said, finding people that are dedicated to be willing to be law enforcement officers for our community is something that is very important to me. I want to make sure that we have dedicated individuals. This is not a half-hearted type of job. This is a career. So we have one on our clerk's report from our civil service list to hopefully bring aboard and get trained up in our August Academy.
Perfect.
All right.
Great.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, engineers report. Mr.
Okay,
Raymond.
no action items, as Deputy Mayor Rodeo said, but nothing for your approval. Doesn't mean there's not a lot of action. We've got a lot going on. Really appreciate the coordination and the efforts everyone has. So our report's in the agenda for your information. If there are any questions that you have, I'd be happy to answer any.
We have a lot coming up.
We do. We do.
It's a good thing, too. Major projects that need to be done.
Any questions from anyone regarding engineering? No. Anyone?
Good.
Good?
Good.
Okay. All right, solicitor report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no action items for this evening. Just want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
Thank you, Mr. Malinsky. A couple things I have. I just wanted to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day from yesterday. Hope you guys, gentlemen, had a good day. Mr. Calderon is working to get our Social Services Committee up and running. We'll be able to hopefully handle some of those ice issues at that time. And lastly, I just want to I've mentioned this every year at this time, please be cognizant of your watering the lawns. I know you want your grass green and your ornamentals healthy. We are in a drought, especially in South Jersey right now. Water is expensive. Please be cognizant of it. Please try to limit your watering of your plant material, trying to save you money and trying to conserve water for the town. So please just be cognizant of what you're using water. And that's all I have at this time. Public Works report.
Mayor, your Public Works, we just have a couple items to talk about. The tot lot in Lake Park is actually completed. I think it was completed on Friday. The temporary fence was installed and actually taken down today, so it can be used.
Does it really look sharp out there, too?
Yeah, it looks really nice. They did a great job. Thanks to Adam, he did a lot of hard work for that, and you know, it really looks great, so that can be used now. The town also secured a grant and an interest-free loan from Green Acres for upgrades to Lake Park. The improvements include new pavilion, additional equipment, and retention basins, and the grant is the amount of $600,000, and the interest-free loan is $150,000. The town also received grants from the National Fitness Campaign in the amount of $40,000, and local recreation improvement grants for synthetic turf in the amount of $62,000. With these two grants, this brings our match down for the Green Acres grant down to $348,000, and we're also looking to get DEP, or no,
PPA.
Pinelands Preservation.
Pinelands Preservation, thank you, Rich.
Close to 80,000.
Yeah, so that'll bring this down even more, so hopefully, it'll bring our match down, and it'll help with our Lake Park improvements down there. Of course, it's take a long process, as Rich would say. There's a lot of improvements, but they're moving slow, and that's just because of the process of, the grants and everything.
But the money's finally there now that we can get these projects done that we've talked about for
Correct.
10 or 15 years.
Yep.
So it's coming to place, finally. It's a
It
great
could
thing.
go a lot faster if you just write a check for $4 million.
It really is.
So-
Anytime, yeah.
Under the Public Works schedule for July, bulky waste pickup will be from the 6th through the 10th. Brush pickup will be the 13th through the 17th. 4th of July holiday, trash pickup will be Friday the 3rd. Friday, July 3rd, will be collected on Thursday. So we are closed on Friday. Do not put your trash out on Friday. If your trash day is on Friday, please put it out on Thursday. They will pick it up on July 2nd. There's no collection on the 3rd. County recycling pickup, July 6th through the 10th, and July 20th through the 24th. Under the town clerk's report, we got 3 items to approve. Approval to transfer Michael Perna Jr. from his position in the utility department to the Hammonton Police Department as a police officer effective August 17th of 2026. Salary per PBA contract, and it's contingent upon civil service rules and regulations. Second item, approve to hire Garrett Annabal in the utility department. This will be effective July 3rd, 2026, 40 hours per week, single benefits, salary to follow current contract, also contingent upon civil service rules and regulations. And finally, approval of the white-collar contract for the employees. Approval is read, please.
Motion on all those?
Motion.
Mayor.
Matro first, Marino second. Discussion on any of the items from the clerk's report. Roll call, please, Frank.
Councilperson Calderon?
Yes.
Moreno?
Yes.
Matro?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Shipione?
Yes.
Mayor Fagioni?
Yes, motion carried.
Approval of bill list?
Motion,
Motion.
Second.
R. Rodeo, Shipione. Discussion on any items on the bill list. Roll call, please, Frank.
Councilperson Calderon?
Yes.
Moreno?
Yes.
Matro?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Shipione?
Yes.
Mayor Fagioni?
Yes, motion carried.
And under new business, we have resolutions. We have Resolution 104, approval of tax, water, and sewer refunds. Resolution 105, adoption of a corrective action plan for the 2025 audit. Resolution 106, certification of the 2025 annual audit. Resolution 107, authorize the issuance of duplicate tax certificates. Resolution 108, establish a fee for mailing of tax notices. Resolution 109, approval of the budget addition for 159 for the DDEF. This is for the police department, and this is in the amount of $43,727.79. Resolution 110, approval of budget addition also, 159 for Clean Communities Program, and this is in the amount of $44,526.89. Resolution 111 of 2026 is to reject the bids for Route 54 water main project and rescinding Resolution 98 of 2026. Resolution 112, approval of amusement games for the Mount Carmel event. And Resolution 113 is approval of the MOA and membership in the South Jersey Aviation District. Approval is read, Mayor.
All right, motion for all those?
So moved.
Second.
Shipione, Matro. All right, couple things. One, on 111, which is rescinding the bid award on Route 54 Phase 1. So we had a special meeting here a couple of weeks ago. The motion was made, or the resolution was adopted with a couple of items. One was DEP had to approve it. Two was, I believe it was public works certificate, and 3 was workers' comp. The DEP the next day said no, they were not going to approve the contractor. We did receive an email from them prior saying they were going to award, but they didn't. So we huddled back up again, had another emergency meeting. We got the right people with the DEP, and this has been Rich, this has been James, it's been ongoing. We spent a tremendous amount of time on this. Frank, Sam, myself, Mr. Matro, on trying to figure this whole thing out. So we spoke with the section chief of DEP. DEP is responsible for administering the funds for H2 loans. Here's what they're allowing us to do. We're going out for rebid on phase 1. The bid opening is on Wednesday of this week. Once the bids are opened, ARH will send a letter. They will pick the lowest, most responsible bidder. DEP will concur on Wednesday, and we move to close on the loan on Friday. Closing documents are already complete. So they shortened the amount of period that the bid was able to go out, 1, and 2, they're allowing us to close. We were told we couldn't close the last 10 days of the fiscal year, which ends June 30th. They're allowing us to close on Friday, whatever that date is, 25, 26. So that's where we are for phase 1 currently. Wednesday, we'll see how we do. The hope is we get a few bidders, we award. If that's the case, we'll have a special meeting very quickly next week. We could probably do it 4 or 5 o'clock. We'll figure out a day that works, and then we will award from the town. But DEP will trigger the mechanism for us to go to closing, and then we can award to the contractor next week. The big push here is a couple of things. One is we want to get in the state's fiscal 2026, right? 2026, which closes June 30th. It allows us to get $2 million in principal forgiveness for this phase, so we want to certainly take advantage of it, and that's where we are. Once July 1st opens, phase 2 is already submitted to DEP. They'll review it and approve us to go out to bid phase 2, which will be coming up in a couple of months. But right now, our focus is on trying to get phase 1, get bidders, and then be able to award, get our $2 million in principal forgiveness, and get this whole thing started. So,
And we all should thank the DEP. They didn't have to do what they did.
no,
They came forward for us.
They did.
And and in 10 days, they said, you get us what we need, and I'll make sure it happens. And when the gentleman said that, that was pretty impressive.
Agreed.
That he was able to go ahead and get that done for us, right? You think, James? Yep.
And I will say that Frank has been on the phone nonstop,
Yep.
trying to help us.
Yep.
James from ARH, along with Anthony, along with John, along with Rich. It's been an arduous task to get us to this point. You know, when you're trying to meet a deadline that the state gives you, the state's moving as quickly as they can, but you know, we're really, really up against it here. The goal is that we get a couple contractors, we get this thing awarded, and get this project moving. So that's, once we come back Wednesday, once we see Wednesday, we'll have some more information for you, but that's where we are on that. The last thing is, we were invited by Congressman Van Drew. They're forming a South Jersey, what is it called here? Membership to South Jersey Aviation. It's a new organization. There's no cost to the town. There's no liability to the town, but this encapsulates 6 airports. So it's us, Woodbine, Millville, Atlantic City. Who am I missing? Well, there's 6. I promise you there's 6. So we're going to meet quarterly. Frank did the first Zoom meeting. They're going to have a big kickoff on the end of July with this. This is going to open us up for more publicity to the airport, attract more airplanes to the airport, and also open us up hopefully for some more grants and money. So I think it's a, you know, like I said, there's no cost to the town. I think it's a good idea. So we probably should do a roll call. Anybody else? I'm sorry, I talked too much. Anybody? Anybody? Let's do a roll call, Frank, because we're rescinding that resolution.
Bless
Bless you.
Councilman Calderon?
Yes.
Marino?
Yes.
Matro?
Yes.
R. Radio?
Yes.
S. Radio?
Yes.
Shipione?
Yes.
Mayor Fagioni?
Motion carried.
And that concludes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Second opportunity from the public to be heard. Please come up.
Hey, is this Mike?
Yes.
Yep.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Please state your name and address for the
Sure,
record,
my
please.
name is Jason Howell. My address is 7611 Weymouth Road. I'm here representing Pinelands Alliance. I came mainly to speak tonight about the data center issue in general. I've been interacting with various towns on this topic, and it really is a concern for many towns. Now Hammonton is in a fortunate position in terms of water. Because we sit on the Cohanzie Aquifer, we're surrounded by the Pinelands, so we have a great water infiltration situation, right, in town and the surrounding towns. So Hammonton's really in a strong position. However, as you can see, we're in a serious drought right now. Fortunately, we're getting a little bit of relief right now, but that really might not do much in terms of resolving that groundwater deficit. And I believe Hammonton's wells are in the Cohanzie. So I would suggest being extremely protective of that resource. It really is the lifeblood of the town. Without that, farms, homes, businesses really can't sustain themselves. So for the long-term success of the town, protecting that aquifer, that groundwater level, 100% critical. So what these data centers are doing is they're targeting areas with resources, not to be a benefit to the town, but to extract that resource. So these are predatory agencies, entities that are coming, they're identifying places with resources, targeting them for extraction without regard to what happens to that town long run. They're not looking to be your neighbors. They're looking to extract, get what they can, burden the town, and then leave. Now, what some towns are doing, and many are directly around Hammonton, including Winslow, Waterford, Williamstown, Mays Landing just is in the process of passing a data center moratorium. They are either banning or looking to ban or at least passing a moratorium to get a handle on what these things actually want of the township. So I think one thing you could do to be proactive with it is, if you don't want to go for a full ban, perhaps consider looking at a moratorium to better understand the issue. And that's what Hamilton Township is doing, and I think it's potentially a wise move. So I appreciate your attention to this issue and wish you luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If I may, real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Just so everyone's clear, data centers currently aren't permitted in the town of Hammonton. They aren't a permitted use in any zoning district, nor do they fit under the definitions of any permitted use currently allowed under our code. Our ordinances are clear at section 175, 145A3, that where this chapter is silent as to the allowance of a use in a zone district, said silence shall be interpreted to mean that the use is not permitted. A use is not permitted in any zone district of the town unless specifically included as a use or category of use in this chapter and in a specific zone, meaning currently data centers are not permitted within the town of Hammonton. It's no different than any other use that's not permitted in the town of Hammonton. If somebody wanted to come for any non-permitted use, they'd have to file a use variance to permit that use. And with Hammonton, they'd have to get a certificate of filing from Pinelands and get approval from Pinelands as well before they could even appear before our board, which would be the initial step. But right now, just so we're clear, data centers are not a permitted use within the town of Hammonton.
Can I ask you one question? These towns that are actually naming ordinances against data centers, isn't that set them up for legal?
Again,
When you name it, like a data center ordinance?
well,
or-
no, there's certain standards. If you're going to ban a specific use, there's certain standards that you have to follow and certain processes and procedures you have to follow in which to ban a use. But again, Hammonton, some of these, again, I don't know what their codes say in each of these other municipalities, but I can tell you right now, Hammonton is clear, and they made clear in their ordinances that unless it is specifically a permitted use in the town of Hammonton, it is not permitted. So Hammonton does not specifically permit data center uses. Moreover, it doesn't fit under the definition of any of the uses that we currently allow in any of our zones. So as of right now, unless Hammonton adopts an ordinance amending its zoning code to specifically allow data centers are not permitted throughout the town of Hammonton.
And Solicitor, you just mentioned that Pinelands, they'd have to go to them first. Pinelands,
Yes, any
it's not a
application.
permit
any-
anywhere
any-
in-
Any,
Go ahead.
any development within the town of Hammonton. Hammonton is a complete Pinelands town. So any development that you want to do in the town of Hammonton for site plan approval
Right.
or subdivision approval, even a change of use is considered development, you have to go to Pinelands and get Pinelands approval or a certificate of filing before you can appear before any of our.
So that's
before our
kind of
meetings.
enough, right?
Yes.
That means it can never
So
happen.
again,
It can never happen.
again, it's.
Unless Pinelands is going to change their wording,
As of right
which
now,
I doubt that very much.
Hammonton is, right.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Way
We're
ahead.
just
We're
talking
just,
about it.
right now, it's not permitted in the town of Hammonton. So anyone that wants to do it, it's not permitted in any of our zones, whether you look at our industrial zone or business zone, it's not permitted in any of our zones.
The commission wouldn't necessarily stop it, right? There's no, the data centers aren't mentioned in the CMP, right? So it would really be up to the township, and potentially the Pinelands Commission would have to look at the zone, right? And the, potentially the water withdrawal. But there isn't a specific regulation against data centers in the Pinelands CMP. As far as township zoning, most of the other towns are in the same position. What they're doing is they're getting ahead of the issue, right? So even though many towns have exclusionary zoning, of course there's variances, there's redevelopment. So those town councils are choosing to get ahead of the issue and potentially make it a little more difficult for a future town council to do something without the public knowing. And in Vineland, people were very disturbed by the process, right? Because it went through redevelopment. People thought it was going to be a golf course, and then they did a redevelopment amendment, which kind of snuck it under the radar. So there are various loopholes, and what other towns are doing, Pemberton, Waterford, Winslow, Williamstown, they're just getting ahead of it. So that's why I mentioned that. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
Again, you're already ahead of it. You don't permit it as it is. There's no need for you to take any action.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Rhiannon Clark. I'm from Millville, New Jersey. My address is 604 Shushenko Avenue, Millville. I am only a handful of miles from the Vineland Data One Center, and I am also a member of Sustain SJ. We are a Cumberland County-based nonprofit. We work to educate South Jersey residents on the topic of data center impacts and on ways they can protect their communities. I'd like to start by emphasizing the importance of moving quickly on this issue. Large corporations are currently throwing applications out across the region in hopes a town will take the bait. A definitional ordinance is far more protective for the people of Hammonton than a promise around a hypothetical variance application. It is also worth remembering that if you wait to act on this issue until an application is received, you open yourself up to litigation. Any action you take once an application comes through can be framed as retaliatory, as is currently taking place in Monroe Township. You mentioned that in the scenario of a variance application, you'd bring in experts to educate you then. I assume these experts would be the ones originally slated to be here tonight. I have personal experience from these experts. I'm from Millville, where we've passed a comprehensive development prohibition. At our Commissioner Board's final vote on said ordinance, a number of industry lawyers and an economic developer from Loudoun County, Virginia, also known as Data Center Alley, attended and took over the meeting in an attempt to intimidate our leaders. That economic developer, Buddy Reiser, is one of the experts that was originally scheduled to speak here tonight. I want to finish by describing some of the impacts of the Vineland Data One Center. They have a sign out front claiming that they are a, quote, sustainable data center. Meanwhile, through Oprah requests, we've received internal communications in which the developers state that during peak times, they'll be pulling 2.2 million gallons of water per day from the aquifer. Those peak days are the hottest days of the year, while we're all under the drought conditions you mentioned. We can't water our lawns or play with our kids in the sprinkler, but they can burn through 3,000 gallons per minute. As if that weren't bad enough, they're also currently operating twice as many generators on site as their permit allows, over 60 industrial generators. Along with the impacts to air quality, these generators contribute to excessive noise pollution that's already being experienced by residents. There's already a lawsuit filed by Vineland residents living near this project over the constant noise violations. These data centers, more than any topic in recent history, are an issue that has pulled the people together and into their local politics. On both sides of the aisle, the people finally agree on something. These centers are a poison to the communities that allow them. If you choose not to take decisive action on this issue, your constituents will remember it at the polls. Please, as representatives of your community, be proactive in protecting them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Monroe Township? Because they weren't allowed to have data centers, then they allowed it?
No, I think in Monroe, there was a redevelopment agreement and a redevelopment plan that allowed them. Then there was an application for a data center that got approved. I said, he asked about Monroe Township. It's my understanding in Monroe Township, there was a redevelopment agreement or redevelopment plan in place that allowed for the data centers. And after it was approved, they put a ban on data centers. And it's my understanding they're currently being sued over that.
Because someone had come in and
Correct,
put
and
an
gotten the
application
approval.
in, right?
Yep.
I'd like to not talk about data centers for a second. I'm Stephen Carr, 115 Grape Street. I'd like to talk about Resolution 106-2026, certification of the 2025 annual audit. Could you please look at the text at the bottom of it? Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Borough of Winona hereby states that it has complied with the New Jersey AC 530-65. As a former resident of Winona, I found it interesting to see that in this.
Well, obviously, that's just a misprint. It should be such.
I'd like to see that corrected before you submit it to the.
I definitely will do that.
It will be.
Thank you.
Yes, and just so everyone's aware, our CFO is from Winona, right, Frank? Or he represents them? So when he wrote the resolution, we put Winona. We'll fix it. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ramon Mora Jr. I'm from Violin. I come up this way because
Can I
I
get
care
your
about.
address, please, for the record?
Yeah, it's 589 East Elmer.
Thank you.
I came up this way to talk to my neighbors and let them know not only as what's going on in Violin, but in the district. I am running for Congress. I've been going throughout the district and attending many town council meetings, including at Monroe. With the Monroe case in particular, they were a little too slow to act in order to prevent a data center from coming to town. I implore you to get ahead of it, just like many municipalities throughout the entire state, and they are not being sued for it. You do not want to be another Monroe. We've had Sustain and the Pineland Commission Alliance come up and talk about the environmental issues. But I want to address what's happening over in Carney's Point and kind of give you guys a warning as to what you guys would be allowing to come into your town, even though it's not a permitted use. Giving a ban on file and in an ordinance would give your planning board more teeth when it comes to rejecting an application that comes through. What's happening in Carney's Point is they are becoming very warehouse-centric. There are so many warehouses popping up. Those warehouses are a way for data centers to sneak in a data center. And we're not talking about regular data centers. We're talking about these AI hyperscale data centers. The mayor over there was, in glee about all the warehouses coming in, and not like 5-10 minutes later started talking about how AI robotics are going to be taking most of the jobs in those warehouses. So coming from an economic standpoint, coming from an employment standpoint, you've already heard the environmental standpoint. You guys definitely want to get ahead of this. I would urge you to look at other municipalities, take the best of their ordinances, put them together, because again, it would just give your planning and zoning board more teeth in rejecting a data center and not allowing them to find a loophole that you guys didn't think about. And that's pretty much it. I urge you guys, and I commend you guys for actually taking on, you hear about a lot of negative things, but I commend you guys for looking at fixing up the water infrastructure in your town. Not many town councils that I've been to have been addressing their water infrastructure. So on that, I at least want to leave on a good note and commend you guys for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Please, come up.
I don't have a lot to say. My name is Tom Rizzo. I live in Nesco at 3858 Moores Avenue. The reason I came, I was at the zoning meeting last month, and it came up. And at that time, we were told there were no applications, and which was fine. But as this gentleman just said, and the gentleman before him, and the woman before him, have to be proactive. What we're seeing in Vineland, even though Vineland is not technically in the Cohansey Aquifer, they're drawing incredible amounts of water from various businesses and establishments in Vineland that are taking water out of the aquifer. Personally, I'm all about our ecology and our environment and maintaining a good environment because I think that's our future. I just have a few pages here that describe some of the usages of water and what have you by data centers. I wanted to see if someone could take copies of these few pages and hand them to the members so that just a little background.
Sure.
And I'd
Thank
like
you.
to provide more as time goes by as I research.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll scan an email to everybody. Thank you very much.
Please, come up.
Good evening. Yvette Samuel, 424 Fleming Pike, Hammonton. Really considered Elm, but I'm in the Pinelands, so I'm concerned. This is my first meeting, trying to be involved. And the only thing I would say is perhaps all of us in the neighboring towns, that especially Pinelands, can, it's power in numbers, and maybe you all have to talk and see what the other counties, the other towns are doing in the other townships. And, there's great minds in all these neighboring places, and you shouldn't have to do it alone. Winslow shouldn't be alone, and Vineland, has already got their share of what's going on. So that's it.
Thank you very much. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Anyone else from the public wishing to be heard? Going once? Twice? Anyone? All right. Well, that concludes our meeting. I'll accept a motion to conclude this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Scipione, Calderon, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and don't forget July 16th, everyone, and July 3rd, 4th. Thank you.